everybody, I am Sunny, our North Country Knitter, and welcome to today's video, which is episode 111 of my podcast series. Wow, that sounded really weird. Welcome, I'm Sunny. It is March 24th. I'm looking at a computer screen over here. We're in a new spot. If you've been around for a while, you may have seen this room before. I'm actually filming upstairs in my office because the dryer's going downstairs, the wood stove blower is going downstairs. It's way too noisy down there. So I'm in my office, or the office. Also, I have the phone camera stand thing really high up, so hopefully I don't knock into it because it's kind of wobbly. So it's about 9 o'clock at night. Everybody's gone to bed except for me. And once I finish this, I won't be too far behind. But I did have a finished object I wanted to share with you all because tomorrow morning it is out of my house and I won't have to worry about it anymore. But I think this is going to be a pretty short video because I don't actually have a lot to share. I feel like I was sitting here trying to rack my brains, like where's everything I've been working on? And I can't think of anything else I've been working on other than these that I'm going to be showing. So, I don't know. First, I have this finished. This is the Sisterhood of the Traveling Shirt. It is a free pattern. And I cast this on January 1st, I think. Something like that. And I haven't been working on just this. I've had a lot of different projects going on. But I did use Emma's, here it is, Emma's yarn in Mo Slub and the colorway Grove Root. And this actually came, so I had two of these, but they came in a pair. So one was a skein of Slub and one was a skein of this mohair, Marvelous Mohair is what it's called. So I have two of these left. I do have some leftover of the Mo Slub, but I'm relatively happy with how this came out. Number one, I probably should have used a smaller needle. I think I went with the one recommended. I didn't do a gauge swatch. I knew that this was just going to be a summer t-shirt that I just threw on in the summer, but it did come out quite large. This, I want to say it was a one size fits all. It was a free pattern. Yeah, and there were no sizes. It was just, it just gave you like cast on 120 stitches, something like that. So this is it, but it did come out quite large. That was a concern I had back when I cast on because of how big the neck was. But as you can see, it is quite large. But I do put a black shirt on underneath because it is see-through. And I've tried it on and the top fits. I wish it was a little bit longer. And I did add extra length to it, but overall, I will wear it. Overall, I'm happy I made it, and I do really like this yarn. Hopefully everything's going to come up sewing well. I think that's about accurate. So this one has some light grays, kind of the tan gray. It has a teal. It has some specks of yellow, that dark brown in there. So there's a lot going on with this yarn. I was afraid it was going to look really muddy, but I don't think it does. I also alternated skeins, and I was a bit worried about that, about one side being way tighter than the other, but I don't think it's too bad. So there's that. That one was done. Yay! And then the other project that I have done, the only other finished object, is my garter squish. This is a pattern from Stephen West, and and I have it finished. So this is, whew, this is it folded into quarters. So it is quite large. It does have an I-cord edging. I'll come up here. And this is using Mary Maxim Starlet and a Red Heart Super Saver held together to make this uber squishy, very squishy blanket. It is very large. I have 4 balls of this left. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I had planned on using all of the yarn in this blanket. I wanted to use it all up. However, I was like, okay, I was really getting tired of this project. I cast it on, one more ball, and I was like, okay, I can just finish this one and it'll be fine. It'll be done. And I got about halfway through that ball and realized that on one of the edgings, I had not done an I-cord, where I had just knit all the way to the end and then turn around and knit back, and it was very obvious. And I thought, I don't know how to fix this. What am I gonna do? I set it down. Hey, Remy. I set it down for a few days. I can't, Remy. You can tell I'm getting worked up about it. I'll say hi. He's not big on being held. Yeah. That's Remy. Set the blanket down for a few days, basically put it in timeout, and then thought, I'm just gonna rip it out, and this is a sign to be done with the blanket. And so I ripped it back, and then ripped one extra row. No, I didn't even rip out an extra row. I can't remember. And then was binding off. I had about 10 stitches left. I ran out of yarn, so I had to add in another ball and finish off binding off. But it's done. It's leaving my house tomorrow. It is super big. So on me, I'm 5'5", 5'6" on a good day, and it comes up to here. This is, it's really, really drapey, so it's hard to get accurate. So there's one edge. The other edge, I think, is the long edge. So that's not going to help you at all. Anyway, it's large and super smushy. And I showed it to my husband, and he thought it looked great. He goes, it looks great because you finally made one large enough. Because typically I end up making my blankets too small. And then I told him, yep, say goodbye to it, because it's actually one that I'm donating to a school for their raffle, calendar raffle. So I only made a blanket big enough for him, but it's going out the door. Oh well. Maybe he'll win it in the raffle. So those are my 2 finished objects, and you're getting feisty. You're tired but feisty. And the cat. And so that, it's out the door tomorrow. I'm kind of looking forward to that, because I've been working on it since January, and honestly I thought I would have it done before now, but I haven't been working on it faithfully. So these 2 projects I'm just relieved to have done. Anyway, moving on. So I did put some time into my daughter's socks that I'm working on. So these are them. Oops. These are just vanilla socks right now. This is using Pat and Croy socks in the color muslin, and they fit. And you can really tell on these. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it to do a close-up on on it, but my stitches, the tension, you can just see where the tension's been all over the place. Like these two rows in particular, you can just see where they got really loose. And then there was another one that was a bit tighter. I don't know what's up with that, but oh well. I've tried them on her, they fit. Next will be, I think I'm going to do about another ½ inch and then go into the owl motif, owl head pattern that's going to go around. You take a drink of water. And then the cuff is going to have this in it. This is called Go Handmade Party Deluxe, a glamorous red with sequins, because she wanted the socks sparkly. But I was able to find this. This is from Hobbii, and this is in the colorway cream. Sorry, it's really dry. Everybody's got this cough. You might be able to hear my husband coughing. He's upstairs. Everybody's just sick still. Anyway, so there's that. Oh, and then this little stitch marker. So this came with a bag that I got from, why do I always forget? Fancy Boy Designs. Oh, this is the bag right here, which is my Sanderson Sisters one. And this came with it. And then these, I can never remember the shop name. No, I can't. I'll have it linked down below, but these came from an Etsy shop to hold my stitches on. And so that's it. I would show you the owl motif, but for the second time, I've lost that book. Although potentially my daughter took it, because I think she wanted to look at it, and so it may be in her room. Fingers crossed it is, because I don't know where it is otherwise. And so there's that. And for some unknown reason, I was just like, I just had the urge to cast on a project. And I don't know why I picked this one, but I did. This is called the Off Kilter Scarf, designed by Judy Lamb. And it is a free pattern that I found on Ravelry. Yeah, it's free. And it's this really kind of neat zigzaggy, not even zigzaggy. It's not herringbone. Is that herringbone? Anyway, doesn't matter. Off kilter. I'm going with that. But I picked the most horrendous yarn for this. I knew it wasn't going to be great, but I thought maybe I'd seen some other ones and I thought maybe it would be okay. And it is. But there's a lot of fighting between the yarn and the pattern. I do plan on making another one in a solid color. This one's kind of my practice one. Also, I don't know why, but I really don't pay attention like I'm supposed to. And so I'll get like extra stitches and lose some stitches. So it's a little bit wavy on the edges. That's okay. It's really just, I'm not putting a whole bunch of effort into this. I just really wanted to do something different. I didn't want it to be mindless because I was getting bored, but I didn't want it to be too much because then I'll never pick it up. It's kind of a palette cleanser, I guess. But yeah, I didn't pick great yarn, but this is yarn that's been in my stash forever and I want to use it up. So I picked a pattern and I picked the yarn and I went with it. And this is Premier Yarns Eversoft in the color $36.11. And this yarn was gifted to me. Let's see. But the price tag is right over the color. So So color number 36-11. But so this is one ball that I've used so far. So I think it's going to be at least three skeins. It's an odd number. It was 170 yards. No, 130 yards. It was 70 grams, which I don't know. Maybe that's typical for worsted weight, but it just seemed like an odd one to me. Although I'm getting kind of used to focusing on 100-gram skeins, so that's that. So hopefully, I wouldn't mind getting this done this week. And then future plans. So that's all I have cast on right now that I haven't made progress on. I still have my interlace granny square crochet blanket that I'm working on, but I haven't picked it up at all this week. So I'm not going to show that. I also have another scrappy blanket that I'm making, but it's literally like this big, and I haven't picked it up in a while, so I'm not going to show that. And I do have a pair of fingerless gloves that I cast on last October that I haven't made any progress on since October. But I need to get those out soon because I could wear them for spring, which we just got a massive snowstorm. So happy spring to us up here in northern Vermont. Yeah, we could have used this a couple months ago during winter, but whatever. All right, so future plans. Hang on. I am slowly winding this up. It turned off on me. Hang on. Okay, there we go. I'm slowly winding this up into balls. This is called Purgatory Falls Alpaca Farm, and this is their New Hampshire raised and processed worsted weight. And this is 80% alpaca and 20% wool. Does it have a color? I don't think it does. No. And so I'm slowly getting that wound up. Along with that, I'm going to be holding it double with this yarn, which is Potion Yarns. This is Starlit Lace, 72% kid mohair, 28% silk, and it is Disappear into a Cloud of Steam. Disappear into a Cloud of Steam. Yeah, sorry, it's bent where I'm trying to read it. So those will be held double. And I'm going to be making Andrea Mowry's Spin Raglan out of this, which I think does call for an Aran weight. So I think I'll be right about where I'm supposed to be if I hold these two double. I will be doing a gauge swatch on this one. I have been good about doing gauge swatches for sweaters this year, or this past 6 months, because this will be, let's see, I finished my last sweater, which was the Katori sweater from Double the Stitches. I finished that on December 30th. This one will be the first one of the year. She's doing a knit along right now, and I'm really bad about getting knitter's block on something where it's a knit along. I've had many opportunities to get all of that wound up and do my my gauge swatch. I haven't done it yet, and I think it's just like knitter's blocks. I've also had a very heavy homework load this past 2 weeks. Last week was midterms. This week we had a short essay to do in one of my classes. There was journals, there was discussion posts. So the homework load kind of kept me away from doing a lot of knitting this past week. But I'm hoping to get that one up so that I can start in on that sweater, because it is a really pretty sweater. And it's definitely one that I'm going to need next winter because I it's going to be really, really warm with the alpaca and the wool and the silk and the mohair. It's going to be toasty. So it's not something I'll be wearing um, soon. But I did want to use this yarn because it is yarn that I got from the yarn store that closed, and I bought it in February, and I'd love to use it up really soon and kind of set that precedence, especially since I have such a large stash of yarn that I got from them on top of the yarn stash I already have. So I do want to get that done or get it started at least, but I think that's about it. So, like I said, short and sweet this week or this video. Hopefully, I can make some progress on some things and share them with you soon. I know it's been, I think, 20 days since my last video again, and I just don't have the time to make consistent videos right now. I just don't. So I'm so appreciative of all of you who stick with me and watch my videos and subscribe to my channel and give them likes and give comments. I do have to get back to some comments. I do read them all. I do appreciate all of them. I just don't get back to them right away. I try to. I usually end up seeing them at like 10 o'clock at night though, when I'm really, really tired. But yeah, thank you. I'm gonna go now because it is 9:20, and I'm gonna put all this stuff away, get that ready to go in tomorrow, and then I am off to bed. So I hope you all have a great night. I will see you all hopefully soon. Thank you. Bye.